What's good? It's your boy Gordy, and this is Flow Talk. This is officially episode 1, season 3. I got my man, my homie, my dog, Mr. Goodbarz.
Baby, what's good with you, bro?
This is a long time coming. When I say this is my man, my homie, my dog, this is years of friendship.
Years, man.
Years of friendship. So we're going to definitely put you on how this all started.
Yeah.
But Mr. Goodbarz, let's get right into it, because I've been excited for this interview. It's been a long time coming. We've been talking about it for about a year now.
I love it, man. It's been I've been waiting. I've been watching the growth. I've been watching the progression of this place and of your hard working ethic. I don't think people give you your flowers enough. I try to every time I get a chance to. I try to give you your flowers.
I appreciate it.
Real talk. And
I appreciate it.
And everybody has a mission and a goal, and Gordy did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He did it. It's done.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's a hard thing to say for some people.
We got
sometimes.
our place, man.
That's it. He got it done, and from the jump, it's always been love. From the jump, man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad to be here, man. I'm glad to be a part of Flow Talk, man.
Appreciate
Shout out to everybody that's been
It's
here
always
too.
been love. It's always been love, and I want to talk about that too because your name rings bells around here because of the type of person you are, and how you treat other artists or other creatives, and you give game, which is a lot of people don't do. But I want to get into that a little later. But for those who don't know who Mr. Goodbarz is,
yes,
tell the audience who is Mr. Goodbarz, how that started, from the beginning.
Okay, so Mr. Goodbarz is a young black man from Durham, North Carolina. That's me. I moved to Maine when I was I was like 14, 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? And we moved to Maine, me and my family, just to get away from the troubles of the streets. And I was getting in trouble, wilding out, doing things I shouldn't have been doing. And we move up Maine. We over there chilling, and I go through high school, I go through football, I go through the life thing of teenagers and everything like that. But along that journey, I decided to and discovered that I love music, and I always love music. Like I said on a previous interview I had with my man Harvey Key, my musical conscience was always awake at the age of 8. So I always had music in my heart and ways to create it. How does it get done? And that's what I wanted to do. And then once I got out of high school, I didn't graduate. I got into a fight, unfortunately. And I decided, it's time to leave Maine. It's time to go on my own. I left my family. We was living on a kind of a campsite type of thing. It was some people call it a Christian cult, but it wasn't. It was a Christian home where people could grow and develop for black families from the South. And I was able to leave. And when I left, I came to New Hampshire, and I was in Exeter, New Hampshire at the time. Exeter, Portsmouth, Seabrook, New Hampshire. And Mr. Goodbarz came about at the Phoenician Motel.
Phoenician Motel, okay.
At the Honey Pot, which is a venue down the street from the Phoenician. And basically, I was rapping. Every day. Shout out to my man Chuck, who brought me down from New Hampshire. From Maine to New Hampshire. And shout out to DJ Drew, my first audio engineer. He was the one that created Crew Industries. But these guys will always believe in me. And at the time, we were just pushing Crew Industries at the time. We wasn't really doing anything musically. Drew just had a little one at the time. Shout out to Eli. And I was like, let me go venture out. Let me go see what's going on. And Chuck took me down there. And I was rapping we was at the Phoenician Motel. It was Honey Pot. I just battle rapped. Everybody saw who I was. At the time, my rap name was BT. Which stood for Black Tim. That was
BT or BET?
BT.
BT, okay, BT. Black Tim.
Black Tim, and that was my name for.
Did you buy some Black Tims?
Yeah, I did.
I love it.
I got some. I had some used Black Tims. I used to wear them. That was the swag, and I was just like, It was at the time. It was 50 was running the game. Wayne was running the game. So it was the 2000s, just beginning type stuff.
Okay.
And once I was able to, we was rapping and stuff, and people got to see my talent for what it was. My man Zach, shout out to Zach Song. He was like, yo, bro, you just got mad good bars, bro. And we was just leaving Market Basket, going back to the Phoenician. And he just looked at me. He was like, yo, that should be your name. Mr. Goodbarz. And at first I didn't really understand what he was trying to do, but he was just trying to he was branding me without branding me. And then and it was a name that was given to me. That wasn't a self-made name. And then once we got back to the Phoenician, we had a whole group of people there and stuff. And we started rapping again. He's like, yo, Bar's new name is Mr. Goodbarz. And I put it in the flow. And ever since then it stuck. and it stuck like glue. And then unfortunately, I met some people that I shouldn't have met, and got hemmed up with home invasion.
Damn.
And I went to prison for 3 years, and yeah, that's the story, you know what I mean? And after that, like after prison, after experiencing the things I did in prison and leaving, I was like, man, it's time to really do my life, and you don't want to throw your life in 3 years in a toilet and not start over, right? And do it and do the same thing over and over again. So yeah. I learned music in prison. I learned how to market. I learned how to do certain things to progress my life when I got out. I didn't understand the email system. Emails was new to the scene for me, and like I was just a backwoods, down south, dirty south kid. You know what I mean? And I was able to adjust and come out into the world with a mindset to say, hey, I'm gonna do something different, and that's what I did. And it was ever since then, it's been a wrap. You know. That's why I'm here now. It's more to that story.
More to it, but that's, you know, I met you as Mr. Goodbarz, so
yes.
You know, this part of it I didn't know, so that, you know, it was good to learn that part of it.
Yeah,
know, as you put it in context now that how all that came about.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, you know, with Mr. Goodbarz. So when you change your name to Mr. Goodbarz, you know, there's obviously a candy bar.
Yes. That was one of the main reasons.
Did you like that? Did you eat that candy?
Yes, I do. Okay. I do eat my own candy. I don't know if that makes sense.
I'm not a fan of that candy, but I always was wondering. Yeah, I always wanted to ask you that question. Do you like this candy? Because like.
Yeah, I do. It tastes good. It's different from a Hershey bar. It has peanuts in it.
Yeah,
and it's peanuts throughout the whole chocolate bar. I love it. Mm-hmm. It was like one of my favorite candy bars, and that's kind of where it came from too. But he said you got to put the Z on it. You know what I mean? Goodbarz. Yeah, and then let people know what it is, and that's what Zach pushed. You know what I mean? And he was really cool about that. He was really good about that. Okay. I loved it.
Okay. So when you came out of prison, right?
Right.
Tell us, you know, obviously, like coming out of prison is kind of like starting all over.
It did. It definitely.
Tell us a little bit of how that came, like how that experience was from when you came out of prison. Obviously, there were stepping stones, right? Getting your own place and all that stuff. But give us a little bit of like when you come out of prison, how you went from not having anything to now having your own studio, your own business, your own, you know, music. You've done projects with, you know, known people. Tell us how that kind of like went from, you know, one to now. Yeah,
to now. Well, when I first got out, I knew the world changed. Like when you go to prison, your life pauses. So like you don't know that what's going on in the world, and it changed around me. My phone just dropped.
That's all right.
But yeah, the world changed around me, and I didn't know what to do. And the first thing I did was I said, what do I need to be a businessman? And the first thing I saw was an email. And I really wasn't an email person. You know what I mean? I just use email to play around on MySpace and stuff like that. But I wasn't really understanding what like it was. Like what could I use it for? I didn't know I could send emails of my music to people. And I started learning small little things. And when I got out, I ended up at a trailer park, and then me and Zach and my man Tricker T, we already had something called Break Bread Entertainment, like a little group they created. I was just an engineer and rapper on it. It was more or less their group. And I remember my man Keys was like, yo, let's go to the Honey Pot and rap and battle rap and stuff. They got a show going on, and it was a show that Troy Douglas, Derek Lemire.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace to Troy. Troy Douglas, Derek Lemire, and Brad Vasey, Beneficial Bang. That's a key part right there. Beneficial Bang. And it was a couple other keys there too. My man Cam that owned the Honey Pot. He owned the Cloud9.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so Cam owned Cloud9 or Honey Pot before Cloud9. So this is before Cloud9, guys. This is like 15 years ago. And
Cloud9 was the shit.
Cloud9 was the shit. I miss Cloud9.
Yeah, Cloud9 was the shit.
I go to this battle rap, and we signed up my man Trigger T to do it because he had the best flow. Like his flow was immaculate. He could spit fast. He was really good. And I meet Beneficial Bang Carter. Now, when I meet Bang, I've already heard about this man.
Yeah.
He was already moving music throughout the whole East Coast because his team at the time, Family Business, but the rap group right before YHL was already pushing a hit that he did with Rick Ross. It was a Rick Ross mixtape. He had a track on it, and it was playing all over, and he won a contest, but he was locked up. at the time it was happening. So I already
They
heard.
couldn't push it when that came out.
When he was locked up, they pushed it then, and then like what they were looking for was beneficial Bang Carter, but what they were getting is his friends, and you know what I mean. So that kind of like it kind of deterred what was really going on. But I met him, and we linked and clicked off rip. Like we were sitting in the car, we was throw the phone on, and like I said, this is before email. Anybody was using email like that. So I'm on my phone with beats that I created in the Phoenician Motel, and I'm showing him some beats. He's rapping to my beats. I'm rapping to stuff he has, and he was like, "Yo, bro, like let me get your number." I didn't have a number
because you just got out.
I just got out. But what did
Shout out to Bang.
Shout out to Bang. And he's like, "I'll get you a phone. I'll get you a throwaway. I get you whatever you need." He was ready to lock it in with me right then and there. And I was like, "Dog, I don't got none of that, but I got an email. I got an email I could rock with you." And
he said, "I got an email.
I got an email." I gave him my email.
In the world where phones are progressing, everybody was getting it. My man's like, "I don't got a phone, but I got an email."
I got an email. I was fresh out.
I respect it.
Yo, you feel me? And I was still networking. I was on my own time, and I was like on the borderline of homelessness and like living in a hotel, and thank God, Bang, you know what I'm saying, reached out. We end up meeting up again later on down the line, and then right before I meet him again, I join a band called Sepsis. So I joined these guys up, and this is the first run. This is the first time.
Before Sepsis, before we get to that part. So you and Bang, you created YHL.
Well, no, YHL came after the first time I was with Sepsis.
Oh, okay.
I quit Sepsis before.
Got it.
So I quit twice.
Got it. Okay. Go ahead. My bad.
I quit twice. So and the first time I get out and I'm with this person. I'm with the leader of the band, and at the time I saw this person as my brother, my friend, my road dog. That was my guy. You know what I mean? And if it wasn't for me taking my bid that I did, he wouldn't been able to do what he does in Sepsis. Okay. That's another key point right there. So I was like, you know what? I'm a rock with Brody. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see what's good. We have fun. We do shows. I learned a little bit about music, how to do production, and I'm living there at the time. I'm making music, learning and understanding how to grow, how to put things together musically. And I had a great time working with him, and things fell off with his relationship at that moment in time, and then we basically just split off. And when we split off, I went with his good friend Max Ammo, and that's when DMG was around in Manchester.
That's where we met. That's
when we really first met like that. That's when 88 was around and all that.
Oh, stop. Go ahead. Because Max Ammo was. For those who don't know, Max M was the first producer I ever worked with Joe when I was trying to do music back in the day.
Yes, and he's horrible, so don't get it twisted. He's a great rapper, but he's a horrible producer, and I'm gonna say it. So, and but anyway, so I left Sepsis the first time, and I'm with DMG, and I'm rocking with DMG. Everything's good. This is when I met Troy. And this is when I met Derek Lemire, and that's when we went back to the Honey Pot and everything like that. Okay. And then I met Bang again, and Keith brought me out there and everything. And me and Bang clicked, and they knew Bang. They knew Bang because they're from Manchester. So Bang came over one time, and YHL, the logo, the YHL, the gold letters, that was made at the same time I was on DMG, and Bang literally got it tattooed on his chest the next day. Damn. I made it in a free version of Photoshop, bro.
Damn.
GIMP, GIMP. Mm-hmm. And I made it, the whole thing. He watched me do it. He said, I made my own font. He said, I need a special font. The YHL, I need something that looks Egyptian, something that looks new, brand new, modern, something different than what everybody else has. And lo and behold, I make something for him. I give him I print out a little thing. I'm like, yo, here, boom, this is what it is. This is YHL, Young Hustle League. And the next day, that man, I swear to God, he had it all on his chest right here.
It's crazy.
He had it all. I was like, what? I was like, yo, you're not playing.
It's crazy.
You was not playing. I was like, you know what? I got you. And then, so it's me, Bang, and Max Ammo at this time, and we're representing DMG. Bang got his own.
Yeah, I remember DMG.
His own production company with YHL, and I'm helping both ends. I'm just a producer, freelancer, working hard, working with Troy, working with Derek Lemire. Unfortunately, Max Ammo got into his bag about some things in his personal life and decided to punch me in my face in front of his kids. Damn. And I was like, you know what? I'm all set. I'm going to leave. So I took my little MIDI controller and I went back to the world of homelessness, basically, and living out of the street. And I used to take, for like 3 or 4 years straight, it was a point where I
remember you were staying there. I remember when I first did my first ever recording. I wanted to do a song for my mom. I think it was.
Yes. Yep. I remember that.
And it was horrible. I was bad.
I wouldn't say that.
I was in my mid 20s. I didn't know how to kind of put shit together. It was just I was a novice.
But he still had flow though.
So as I was recording, I remember because I'll never forget this. So it was such a good vibe that I paid extra just for the next session. I gave him like an extra 100, 150 or something like that. He had just put it in the next session, and then whatever is left over, I pay it. And I never went back, unfortunately, because he had his own stuff going on. I didn't get into it because people go through their own shit, and I saw online that you guys were going through your own shit. So I was like, well, that's that.
Yeah,
I never asked for my money back, even though I'll give him credit. He did reach out to me and say, yo, do you want your money back? And I said, no, I plan on scheduling.
He was a businessman. So I give him that. He was a businessman.
I never, you guys had your problems with that. I'm not defending him. I just never had an issue with him because I only had that one instance where I recorded the booth for him.
Yeah, I think he had a business mentality, but his just personal life was just in shambles. I just like, nah, I'm all set with this shit, bro. I can't deal with somebody that can know how to split the business and the personal life, and you get them both combined, and it's just a constant battle. It's a constant struggle. I can't live like that. Nobody that creates can live like that. And so, but yeah, he was a business savvy person, but I couldn't be business savvy.
I understand 100%. Once that boundary's crossed, it's very hard to get back.
It's hard to get back. So me and Bang, we both was like, you know what? Bang was like, F him. let's work on YHL. And then for like 3 or 4 or 5 years straight, man, me and Bang, with the help of Devontae and the whole family. Shout out to Trina. Shout out to Mo. Shout out to Damien. Shout out to Tree Life Gang. Shout out to Calvin. Shout out to Terrence, man. We did it for like, I want to say about 4 or 5 years where me and Bang just went on a rampage and we just did every show. We did every open mic. We went out to the street, passed out candy. We went out to the street and help out the homeless. We fed people. Like we did that, like just to get contact with people. And then every time we did something, we handed them a CD. We handed them a new tape or a new whatever they need. Oh yeah, this is our new music video. We gave them a link. This is when QR codes just first hit the scene.
QR codes, yep. Yeah,
they just first hit the scene. So I could walk up. Codes. It's crazy, bro. What? I could walk up on you, bow. You got
scan that, John.
Just scan that for me, and it go to the music video, goes to your website. And Bang was an advocate for being a person of the people, and he loved human progression. He loves people doing something right in their life, and that's the one thing that made me become his best friend. And to be like, yo, you a good-hearted person, even though we seen struggle, even though we live a certain life we used to live, and everything like that. You are genuinely a good person, and you look for the best in people, and that's what makes Bang beneficial. Bang Carter.
Shout out to Bang, bro. I've always gotten along with Bang. Bang is my man's.
Yeah,
$100,000. Like you guys have always showed love since the beginning. I want to get into it because I lived in Manchester at the time, and you guys were doing things. I ended up, I forget that big ass parking lot, but remember when you guys hit me up? I think it was to take pictures or something or videos.
Where? Oh, at his spot,
Millie's parking lot, the old Millie spot.
Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah. You're talking about Middle East.
Middle East.
Middle East. Yeah. That was a great music video. We had the whole squad out there.
Yeah, Middle East. Yeah, I remember Middle East. Yeah.
Middle East.
My fucking my tripod fell and my lens broke, bro. My camera broke. It was a wrap after that. Bang was like, yo, bro, I'm so sorry he literally helped me bring the camera back up, and he was just, I'll never forget it. He's like, yo, bro, sorry this happened to you, bro. If you need, I can break you off a little bit just to get your lens on it. Obviously it's not nobody's fault. It just happens. And I was like, no. I appreciate it for the offer because he literally just met me there. He met me just there at that location, and he just appreciated the work that we put in. And he was offering, just trying to help me out with the situation because he understands, lenses are expensive. So
that video at the time, at this moment in time, has 50,000 views.
Really?
Yes, on the YHL play.
Middle East. I gotta go watch it again.
Middle East. Don't become a victim to the streets. That whole that's bang.
That's classic.
All the homies are in it. Jada's in it. Fucking all the old YHL members in it. Green's in it. DJ Riz Boogie's in it.
Yeah, Riz.
Riz is in it.
We met Riz.
Yeah,
I remember. Shout out to Riz Boogie, by the way. Shout out. I know he's doing his thing down there in Boston.
Yeah, he is. He's booking everything.
So fast forward a little bit.
Yes,
I was doing the music. I did the one song. I stopped for a little bit, and then we ended up doing a battle rap.
Yeah,
at the Trap New York, Trap House New York. So Troy Douglas, rest in peace, was promoting along with Infamous Amadeus and Trap House New York. I forget dude's name, but he was a cool guy who owns Trap House New York. They ended up trying to do like this trial thing in Manchester. So I ended up, I was like, oh, maybe I can do it.
Yeah, no, you did it. You did it.
Nah, I bombed like crazy, yo. I bombed because I appreciate the words, but it happens to everybody. So the situation was, I was with my little sister. I had everything ready.
Yeah.
Mentality wise, I talked to the homie I was battling. He told me for the battle, like, yo, I have this picture.
Yeah.
He blew up a picture of me like doing some some zesty ass pose or whatever with
my
family.
Yo, I remember that.
With my family. I was with my family. He basically cut out my family. I was with my family.
That's good. He cropped it out.
I was with my family. I put context behind that picture, by the way. But he reached out and be like, yo, because at the end of the day, it's about respect. So
most definitely.
So he told me about the picture and he showed me a picture and I laughed, bro. I laughed. I'm like, bro, do your thing. Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna be mad about that shit.
Facts.
I was like, do your thing. So he's like, cool, and he's like, you got anything for me? Like I was like, bro, nothing. Just like,
bars.
I'm just bars.
I got bars for you.
And then like right before we got up, people were expecting, like, we hyped this, we promoted this battle for we were talking hella shit.
Yeah, mad shit.
But then my sister got into a little argument with some dude in the crowd.
Oh,
right before. So I had to handle that situation.
Yeah.
And then when I came back, I completely bombed.
Yeah, because you're like, fuck, your energy got spent on that.
The
aggressive energy you had had to be used for and diffuse something else.
Yeah, so I had to make sure, like, my sister was good, because niggas put hands on girls all the time now. So
yeah, they do.
But she was good. She was good. And then when I got on stage, I spit 3 bars. And I'm like, fuck, bro. But what I had for him was crazy.
Yeah.
And then he did his thing. Obviously, he won. He won the competition. And then I spit the bars like 2 or 3 days after, just because I didn't need it anymore. So I spit those bars. But anyway, that was just kind of like, my kind of starting off in this shit. And like that stemmed into the battle rap shit we did in Nashville, the first one we did.
Yes.
Because I battled my boy. My boy was clowning me off that battle in Manchester.
Oh, so he wanted to smoke?
He wanted to smoke. So I said, all right, let's do it. And then I beat him.
Yo.
Shout out to Old Vegas, even though we don't really talk anymore.
Yeah. I remember Vegas.
So I battled him, and I smoked him.
Yeah, yep.
Smoked him.
Gone.
I smoked him, bro.
I remember that live stream. I remember that live stream.
I smoked him. I don't care. I smoked him, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I smoked him. Smoked him, bro. I smoked his ass. Anyway, and then that stemmed from us doing a little battle at the other location. We did like a second battle, me and him.
Yep.
And he did better. He did better the second battle. And then we ended up coming together and like, yo, let's do this.
Let's make it real.
Let's make it real. And then we did the competition.
I remember that.
Flow Free or Die rap competition. I have the flyer. I'm gonna, the flyer is gonna be right here. I'm gonna upload it. I'm going to download it. I'm going to upload it right here. It's going to be right here so you can see the flyer. The flyer was an old flyer. We did it ourselves. This is us getting into whatever the fuck we was going to get into.
Yo.
My man participated. Day 1.
Yeah.
He was there.
Yes,
This is back 2014, 2015.
Yo.
So this is 10 years, 11 years ago. 10 years ago. 10 years, 2015. So 10 years. So we did that. We ended up putting caution tape around the area where people were going to battle.
They made a ring. That was so dope. I'd never seen that before.
It was the most ghetto-ish shit we had to think because we wanted to do something. And we're like, yo, just put caution tape behind it. So I went to Home Depot and bought this big-ass roll of caution tape that I had mad extra after. And I just gave it to a cop after that shit. Just like, here, take this caution tape.
Yeah,
I don't need it no more.
I don't need this.
So we made a little ring. We ended up doing a platform where it was beats. It was beats only, no acapella. You can do acapella if you want, but it was mostly on beats. See if you can get on beats.
Yo.
And I was like 3 1 minute rounds, and the next person will go to the next round So we were supposed to have like weekly winners.
Yes.
The first night we did that shit was a success. Like,
it was crazy, bro. It was packed in there, bro.
It was packed.
It was packed. I remember looking I'm in the ring, and I got the corner behind me, and your boy came up and hit me on the shoulder. The host, he hit me on the shoulder.
Oh, Makovo. Yeah. Shout out to Cove.
Yo, he's like, you better be ready.
Yo, he was such a great host. Yo.
Yeah, he's super dope.
Fucking funny.
Yo, he was super dope. And I remember just looking around, and all I could see was eyes. And they were all looking in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yo, this is crazy. This is my first time, like, really, like.
This is something different.
Yeah. And I had to really be ready. Luckily, I was ready.
Everything stemmed from that Trap House New York event. So
the original.
And that's how this all came about, Flow Free or Die and all that. So shout out to Troy, rest in peace to them. And
man.
But he did a lot for this region, and people who didn't know need to find out, because his name should not be forgotten. He did a lot for this region.
And he got done dirty by a lot of these artists out here, and he took it on the chin and just like did his thing.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Push. I know that personally.
So that stemmed from that. So that kind of inspired me to do what I do now. So shout out to him for what he does, and I do hope that his family is good and all that going forward with their lives.
Prayers, man, prayers.
But yeah, man. So that stemmed from that. We had the event, weekly one. You won. That shit was crazy. But one of these niggas had the bar of the night. White boy.
Who?
20.
20 was nice.
How you gonna forget me? I'm like, what is it? I'm the crossover that left Jordan with the bent knee or something like that. I was like, yo, he had the haymaker, bro. I wish I still had that.
It's 20 still
concept.
Raps, you know that, right? He's still on Instagram and everything.
Shout out to 20. He was he had the bar of the night there, but he had everybody rocking. That was such a great night. And the rest was history, bro. We kept doing it. We linked up. We connected.
Yo.
You were doing your thing. You had, you were going through different situations with your studio.
Yeah, I was.
I respect your hustle, because you were literally recording niggas at Motel 6.
Yeah, yup.
When I heard that, I'm like, there's no comparison for this shit, bro. I was like, what? I recorded Eric Day's last album in a Motel 6. And that was Insomnia. Yeah, I have that project. Yeah. Rest in peace, bro. Yep.
Rest in peace,
Eric Day. Damn, I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Eric Day.
That's my guy. My guy.
He was great too.
He was
in the week one Flow Free or Die show. He was at day one. He was a believer, bro, and he always supported me into the the day he passed away.
Yeah, he did.
And him and his family. Shout out to Sean and them. But from that day forward, bro, our connection, our business relation, music relation, whatever you want to call it, friendship, has been strong ever since. Shout out to also King Polo, who was also there as well. Shout out to everybody who participated in that shit. Some I don't talk to, but we appreciate the participation, because that's what really kind of led to me having a dream in a way where it's like, I really want to do this for this area. There's no resource here. Yeah, no one was doing it. You were the only person that I've seen in New Hampshire to really put your own league together. Mm-hmm. And then right after you did it, I saw mad leagues get made in New England. Yeah, except for like Premier was already on their thing. Premier was on the thing too. Yeah, Premier was on it. But after I saw like New Hampshire people starting to make battle leagues, and I was like, oh snap! Gordy just set a trend right there. And the battle thing died quick. Let me tell you. Why you say that? It died quick because we were trying to do a weekly thing, right? Yeah. So week 1, week 2, and then at the end of the month we had the monthly winner. Yeah, the best out of the best out of the winners. We had a competition between the winners of each week. Yeah, to have the monthly winner. However, getting people to participate, bro, who are artists, was the hardest thing ever. It's hard, and a lot of people don't like that smoke, bro. They don't getting in front of people. Nope. And that's what I learned. I'm a stubborn ass nigga. I'm not gonna lie, but for me, it was like, bro, if you're a rapper, you're a rapper. Exactly. That's how I. You're an artist. Just do what you do. But as time went on, I had to understand, like, yo, they're artists, and sometimes they're not into that hostility.
Yeah.
And you have to respect it. I was mad for a bunch of niggas saying, yo, I don't want to do it and all that. And I wouldn't even give niggas an opportunity to do on stage because they didn't participate in the beginning.
Yeah,
I was very angry about that shit.
Facts.
It's like I'm trying to do something positive, and niggas don't want to. You know, there was a lot of hate. Either there was a lot of hate, or niggas don't want the they don't want to be in front of people in hostility or be embarrassed by people. That's what they didn't want.
No, I agree. I agree.
But sometimes I always thought, yo, when you get embarrassed, you get humbled. That's gonna make you stronger later on.
Yep, that's what happened to me.
But going back to why I died real quick. Week 2 was cool. You brought
Danger.
No, Danger was in week 1. No, he was in week 2 too. Yeah, he was in both. Washcloth season. DK, you brought DK. He freestyled. He killed that shit like crazy.
He's working on his album
Yo,
soon.
shout out to DK. DK is nasty.
Yeah,
bro.
DK's nice.
DK is nice. Like, what nice? He
Washcloth
set up some.
season.
He called out every Nashville rapper known to man. He was the only Manchester rapper there, and everybody else didn't come through. He called out everybody, and nobody wanted to smoke from him.
Nobody wanted
to smoke from him at all. Nobody. I put that shit out the same night. I said, yo, you Nashville rappers getting called out by Manchester. Nobody wanted to smoke. And I'm here. I'm a witness to say that shit, bro. I was disappointed that day for these niggas, bro. I was mad as fuck. I wasn't mad at DK, but I was mad as fuck these Nashville rappers didn't show up to hold their ground while DK over here killing it, which I appreciated, by the way, on the platform because
he did.
He came through.
Dang, bro.
Like,
he had that sparked his battle career.
Oh, he's so for real.
That sparked his battle career,
Damn.
bro. After that, he was like, "Yo," he's like, "Bars, I never did that before. Like, I'm about to go in with this shit."
And he killed that shit, bro.
He
killed that shit.
He be sleeping on himself.
And then
sometimes.
week 3 and week 4, it just couldn't happen anymore. And then I kind of I thought to myself, this died quick because one, I didn't create enough anticipation for people. It was like, oh, I'll catch the next one, and it never come.
Yeah.
So then I switched from doing battle rap shows, battle rap nights, to entertainment. And doing showcases and shit like that, and the rest was history.
Oh man, and you got Flow Talk.
Yeah, now I got Flow Talk.
Then you got Flow Talk, bro. You're the only one I've seen to bring shows really to New England that's local and not have a big artist and still pack it.
Yeah,
and still pack it.
I've had flops too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not all that. And shout out to those who understand because you'll have flops.
Yeah, of course.
But I always want to give you your flowers for that, and also thank you for being here day one and really believing in me, and still to this day promoting each other and showing love and give game, because a lot of niggas, those who know, but yo, you sit down with Goodbarz and when you're gonna do a music session or whatever, bro, he's gonna put you onto all these programs and gonna allow you to be successful. It's up to you if you want to execute the shit.
Yep, it's up to you.
That's
what I say every time. It's up to you. I'm gonna give you the tools, the keys, the cheat codes. I'm like Game Informer back in the day when you get the magazine in the mail. That's my picture up there like
bro,
this.
Honestly, a lot of this is inspiration through him too. Just the game that he's been giving me, bro. Like working on Rodecaster, working on software, Audacity, doing a bunch of stuff.
Everything.
You know what I mean? Just you have to execute it. What do you want to do? Because if you're gonna take that information and not do nothing with it, then that's just information wasted.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I give you your flowers for that, man. You always show people love, and I know when if you do it for me, you do it for everybody. Anybody else who's willing to sit with you and book a session to do a song, and you try to set them up for success on the long term. Obviously, you're not gonna put money in, but it's like at the same time, if you're educated and you had experience, try this, that, and the third. And he does it, bro. You sit there for 2-3 hours, bro. He'll give you a whole lesson. I swear to God.
Easy. And I give you everything you need to know.
You know what I mean?
Just like that.
You know what I mean? So all right. So back to regular schedule programming. So back to what you was doing with YHL, sepsis, and all that. So fast forward,
yes.
Right? You ended up starting Toy Box Studios.
Yes, I did. I started it, and at the point of when I left Concord, me and Bang was just like, yo, we need to just centralize ourselves. We need a place. I got tired of like walking around with my equipment on my back. You know what I mean? I was putting them on.
I felt that.
You know what I'm saying? I was putting all my shit on me, and I fortunately at the time I had a girl at the time, and I started going into using her basement, her mom's basement, to record people, so I could just have a place to like centralize my business and really just work on the professional part of things, the paperwork, work, the understanding, and I was having sessions. I was having real people come over. People liked the fact that it was out of the way, and I remember one time DK came down. It's an all purple basement, and DK came down. He's like, "Yeah, man, this is like the toy box."
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's fire!
And I was just like,
"Damn, that's
toy
such a
box.
dope ass fucking."
The toy box.
It's fire.
He's like, yeah, man. It's like it's a live. It's the live that we did. It was the official live. I had my machine. It's me and DK in that basement, and that's like that day was the birth of the Mr. Goodbarz toy box. It wasn't on paper, but it was like the name, the feeling of the place. It was live. It was there, and ever since then I ran with it, and so I create the toy box, and I was just at the time really like understanding Facebook Live. Anything live on the phones, that just really kind of hit the scene at that time, the 2014, 2015. And we wasn't really seeing eye to eye with her stepdad, because he kind of like called me the N-word out of the cut. It was all on Facebook and stuff. We did all that. And,
all that shit in the basement?
In the basement,
Ooh,
that was that whole movement. And at the time, Will, the guy that sepsis, he was like, yo, like, you know what I mean, let's work together again. And try to do something, and let's create sepsis, like create sepsis brand. I see you doing your thing with the social media and how you're pushing it, and then so I linked back up and with them, and we created.
You guys created magic, man.
Yeah, bro, it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
It worked, and when I was there, it worked, and because we gave people something different than just music. We gave people something different than just a bunch of people on the internet. We gave them love. We gave them a group mentality, something that they could to walk with and guide with. Unfortunately, it's ill intentions in certain people a part of the group, and it was more than just one person. Yeah. And I don't have to dive deep in there. If you want to ask,
if you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? And then I just decided to move on. Like, we went shit. I rocked with them for like, I want to say 5 years. And that's during the pandemic.
You were touring too.
We went on tour, man. We went all over the United States. Like, you know what I mean? We went all over to Chicago and shit. We went down south, and it was a great time. And unfortunately, personal boundaries get crossed and things, and
you can't come back from it.
You can't come back from it. And once you cross that line with me, man, it's like, Gordy never did that. I known Gordy for like 10 years.
Yeah, never. Always respect.
Always. So like, it's just, especially the lies. You can't deal with somebody, especially if you say, hey, I'm a control the business in part and get the money and doing all this. So that means up to that point where I found out that you was lying, you've been lying the whole time. Yeah. You've been lying all the timeline go like that. You were lying all that whole time right there. So I had to realize that, and me and Bang just was like, yeah, man, you know what? Let's just go run this shit. But yeah, we started in the motel. We went to the basement. Toy Box was created. And then I went through 134 Haynes Street. Big shout out to my man, Andre Dumont, and his lovely wife, Luna. She was always there supporting us and being there. And I basically brought a new light to this place. They really didn't have anything going on. And I started bringing business cards, business. I had people coming in for sessions. And they were wondering how the hell I was doing it. They're like, how are you recording people in this small room and just making it happen? And it sounds this good. And the thing what messed them up was I feel like they were seeing my music being promoted to them while I was in the room. So they were just like, he's doing it. He's doing what we want to do. So I put them on to certain things and what they have to do online and how to push. And then during the time I was doing so well, unfortunately, something in the building happened. And I was like, damn, I gotta get a new spot. And yo, big shout out to, if you got a good landlord, man, if you got a landlord that can rock with you, rock with that landlord. Because shout out to John Kelly, he was like, I got another spot for you. It's a more secluded spot. It's over a garage, and that's where we at now. We on Progress.
Yeah, that place is dope.
I love that place, man.
You got a whole good setup there.
Oh man, it's just such a relief, bro. Like truly. And once that happened, once after Haynes Street, and I got the Progress, we've been going good. And so, like, right when I got Progress, though, this is the crazy part. Right when I got Progress, 2.5 years later, COVID-19 happens. The pandemic happens. So
yeah, I remember COVID-19. Everybody obviously remembers that COVID-19 was when I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do this anymore.
Isn't that crazy to say that it was 5 years ago?
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy to say? Like, it was 5 years ago when that happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that happened, and then fortunately, shout out to everybody that got their PPE on loan.
You know them niggas is getting you, bro. That shit ain't over.
Well, can I be honest? So I had proof that I was working, and I was working, and I was also paying for my studio. So I had them take the taxes out of my check of my regular job, and I didn't have to pay back my PPE.
No.
So I just
have your paperwork, your fish is legit shit because you have a business and all that. So
yeah.
But for those that are fucking fraud and scamming the motherfuckers, that shit ain't over, bro. They coming for your ass. You think Trompito gonna let that shit slide? Muchacho.
Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I had to talk on the phone and show them, and like, this is what I was doing. And they paid me money over a year's time, a couple years time, and then to be able to just maintain the studio. So the studio was still there, but I couldn't go, and I didn't want to get people sick. So we just locked down the fort.
You ended up putting my content out for yourself, though.
Dude, can I tell you something? I got a fucking sponsorship during the pandemic.
That's great.
From my room.
That's great.
I got a $2,000 sponsorship of plugins from Antelope Audio. Big shout out to Antelope Audio. I got the Discrete 4 Synergy Core, which is an ADAT to audio, analog to audio, digital audio recorder. And so it's an audio interface basically, but it has preamps in it where I can use to emulate hardware. And these guys, they blessed me with it from just making a song that I posted online and tagged them in. We made the song, and they were like, we want you specifically, me, because I was the only one that got it. We both, me and this dude, had the same setup. But they were like, yo, we specifically want you to do this. We want you to push it. I was like, word, I got you. So I started making tags with them and everything.
That's fire. Bro, when God knows you struggling, bro, he gonna put that right in front of you, bro.
Yo, word.
That's real shit.
Word,
That's fire. That's fire. So, all right. So fast forward to now.
Yes.
So you got the Four Shits podcast, which I enjoy. Yeah, I don't watch it every Sunday, but when I do, bro, I'm there for at least 30, 40 minutes, and I'll catch the replay later.
Yes, yes.
Tell me about the Four Shits podcast and how that came about, man.
Okay, so the Four Shits podcast is a recreation of a podcast I used to do for the band. So I took the same format and then applied it to the Four Shits. And me and Johnny, when we first started, it was just me and Johnny on it at the time. It was just me and his picture. But what I wanted me, Johnny, Goldie, and Bang to just do something every Sunday where we chilled and talked to the people. Bang has a family. Goldie has to work. Bang got to work. So it just kind of came to me and Johnny. And I was like, you know what? Let's just run it like this. Call it Four Shits and Giggles and just run it. And I think with the podcast, what ended up really happening is Johnny fell in love with it. And
Johnny.
He's posting reels. He's the one that's making sure that I'm sending him reels. He's on my ass. I was like, Johnny, what you doing?
That's great.
But he loves it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take that mentality you have and multiply it and give you the things you need. And it came to the point where we were just like basically sustaining the fans that we had before that loved the live streams, because we had fans of the music, fans of each individual person in the band, and then we had fans of the live streams.
Yeah, people get to know who you guys are outside of the music, your personalities and shit. Yeah,
and
it's a genius idea.
That was it. I was just like, you know what? Let's just do it every Sunday. We'll rehearse. We'll do the Four Shits podcast, rehearse, talk about. We normally do our business talks on Sundays. So like that's when we talk. That everybody's available. Everybody's out of work, and that's when I talk to everybody, see what's on their calendar, what they want to do, their dreams and goals, what they've got in their mindset, what albums they want to drop, and all that stuff. And we make a vision board, like how you got up right there. We make a little vision board and stuff. And but the Four Shits ended up becoming like almost like Fear Factor for some reason ever since Nick came along. And Nitro Nick is a new addition to YHL. He's
Johnny, my bad. Let me cut you off. You cannot be Jake Paul, bro. I'm just going to put that out there, bro. You're not going to fucking win against Jake Paul. 100%.
Look at the Lord. Look at the Lord coming out. The Four Shits Lord's coming out. Jeez.
Yeah, I like the content. I laugh. I
appreciate that.
Yeah, I love what you guys. You guys do. You do great with it.
We having fun, man.
Congratulations on having 100 subscribers on it.
Okay, so that wasn't 100. It's not 100 downloads. 100 downloads on one episode. And
That's great.
It was the first episode, and it's not the video. It's the visual. It's the audio.
That's great.
And I didn't know that shit was doing that, but I guess so now. I was talking about fans of the live, and now we have fans of the audio. So now I have to that's why when I don't know if when you saw Rye Guy eat the bug.
Rye Guy is
he had the ponytail. He ate the bug on.
Oh, Alan Forsyth? No.
You haven't seen him eat the bug yet? You got to go watch that.
If I watch that, I'm gonna go off, bro.
He ate a.
I'm gonna roast the shit out of this dude, bro.
roast him, because he said he was built like that. He ate a huge water bug about this big, and he bit the top of the head of it off. And I was like, yo. Put your jaw to the microphone on the camera, because the camera's under the monitor, and he walks up to it, and you can literally see like everything of the bug in his teeth, and he crunches, and you can
bro, what the fuck?
He's a G for that. I give him that.
Crazy.
He did it. He didn't have to, but he did it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And man, when I tell you, like, I have so much fun with them boys, like, and I think it's really cool that you see a couple white dudes, a couple black people, they're chilling, they're talking, they're having fun. It has a Joe Button feel. It has a Flow Talk feel. You know what I'm saying? We can and we're more comedic. We're not serious. We don't do no serious stuff too.
People need that. People just need, because there's so many contents out there, podcasts out there that have their own niche, and you want to learn something. But if you just want to bored and you want to just shoot the shit, that's a great podcast. For that.
That's what we do. And you can call in too. So anytime you want to call in.
You can definitely call in. I called in a few times.
Yes,
you can definitely call in. So check out the Four Shits podcast. Tell them when it's at.
The Four Shits podcast is on all platforms, and the way you spell Four Shits is the number 4 SHXTS. Four Shits podcast, hosted by me, yours truly, Mr. Goodbarz, Johnny Ghost, and Nitro Nick.
Johnny went off. I'm not gonna mention it, but this drummer.
What happened?
The drummer, bro.
What, when he was talking about?
Yeah, when he was. Oh my god, bro! When Johnny's like, "What are you talking about? I gave you chances. I didn't catch you whacking off on the couch, motherfucker. You remember that shit?" I'm like, "Wait, what? You just can't." Yo, he just kept going, and you can't just pass by that, bro. You gotta pause. Wait. Whoa, I could not believe what he said, bro.
Look, listen, and when I tell you Johnny fell in love with the podcast, he has a voice now. He has a reason to talk. and
Johnny's a cool cat.
I didn't expect him to do that.
Yo, he was pissed.
He was pissed.
He was mad. I've never seen Johnny mad.
And Johnny said I could talk about it if you want me to tell you what really happened.
No. We don't want to get into it.
He said I can tell y'all. I asked him. I said, what if they ask about this, and that? And he's like, I don't care.
Nah, it's and the reason why even though they have their own situation going on, like I don't have a problem with dude. So like, I don't want to stem that shit over here. Like
what's funny is dude went to the dispensary, told Goldie over the counter, told him some hotel bars. I said, hey. If it matters.
Nah, bro.
And Goldie just laughed it off. He's like, yeah, I got
Did Goldie not tell him wash his hands before she got the bag?
Yo. Yo. That threw me off.
Yo, that's almost like a Diddy freaking freak off testimony. Anyway, let's get back to it.
The bad part is Johnny caught him. It wasn't like it was just like it caught him in the act. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part.
Oh, we ain't friends? That's why I caught you whacking off on the couch, right, motherfucker? Yo, he said that shit, bro. I'm like, oh my God.
I said, Johnny, you can do whatever you want with that because that's on you. That's your room. Hey,
that's
Johnny pays his bills. He's a hardworking man. That's all I gotta say.
Shout out to Johnny. Shout out to y'all for Shits podcast. But I like the evolution though. You know, the show must go on.
Yeah,
and you just kept it the way you kept it with the same kind of foundation behind it. So
yeah, we did, and we changed some things up. You know, we changed the palette and stuff.
Yo, check out the Shits podcast again every Sundays, 1:00, right?
Yep, 1:00.
Sundays, 1:00.
Every Sunday at 1:00, we'll be live. We go live. We do call-ins. We do requests, reactions, anything y'all want to send us, anything funny which y'all want us to talk about. We just don't do politics. That's the only thing we don't do.
Yeah, we don't do politics either over here.
Nah.
So, well, you know, we'll be discussing it a little bit with Bernie's podcast that's coming up.
Oh, so y'all gonna be going in?
It's a comedy. It's comedy.
Oh yeah, y'all gotta go.
So, but I'm gonna be over there.
Oh, you're gonna run? Yeah, you're gonna be Parks.
You're
gonna be
Parks, and I'm gonna be on the audio. I'm not gonna be on the camera.
Yeah,
and we're gonna stem off each other. Anyway, I'm not gonna go beyond that, but it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Bernie's perfect for that. That's great. I can't wait. I might pop through for that one too.
So we're excited for it. We were talking about it yesterday. But all right, going back to Mr. Goodbarz. This is your episode. All right, so we have Toy Box Studio. We did a couple events together. Obviously, I booked you for the block party. We have the block party coming up June 14th.
Yes, sir.
June 14th at Ash Street. Check out Mr. Goodbarz and Goldie the Goddess, the first lady of YHL.
Yes, sir.
She's gonna perform too. Tell me a little bit about. Matter of fact, let me backtrack. You won a competition.
I did
with the folks from that cat. What was it? That I think it was a Christian rapper or something like that.
Yeah.
The Fly, was it Fly?
Yeah, Fly Away.
Fly Away. So he won a competition from this like viral Christian rapper. He won a hook competition. He created a hook and killed it. Go ahead, talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so at the time it was the pandemic, of course, and I saw this country rapper online, and he was an engineer. That's the only reason I was following him, because he could engineer country music really well, and I liked the way he used the auto tune and everything like that. And I think his name is the Dad Rapper. That's that's his name is the Dad Rapper. And he was rapping on one of the tracks, and I was like, "Yo, this dude's nice. He talking about stuff I love. Like, you talking about being the pops." And I was like, "Oh, bet." And then he had a competition for who can come up with the best hook. And now, when I tell you, like, everybody showed their talent on this. They showed their talent on this, man, and it was a hard competition to be in, and fortunately, I was able to do something quick, fast, in a hurry that didn't start my workflow with things I had going on that came out dope. And I just think because I got my discrete and my analog audio at the time, it just made it pop a little bit even more. And when they heard it, those guys, what's his name? I forgot his name. I think his first name is Frank. I gotta look it up real quick. Something.
That was his partner.
That was his partner.
Yeah, the one with the beard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot his name, like Frank Wilson or something. Hold up, man. I got him on Instagram. He be liking my stuff too. He's the engineer. Franklin Embry. That's his name. That's the engineer's name, and the artist is the Dad Rapper. And bro, they showed me something about distribution, and I don't know if anybody caught the play, but that song is not on DistroKid. It's a certain distribution company where like it's like a Sony dashboard almost, and they were showing me how to really distribute it to get. And when you put music and copyright it online and you have the intellectual property, you know how sometimes you post a video and it pops up like video contains, if you got monetization on your Facebook or a professional dashboard, you would know this, and it says music license,
yeah,
and then you copyright.
You gotta share the revenue with the people or whatever. Or they block the video.
Oh, they blocked the video. I learned about how to get my music to do that.
How? We'll talk outside of this. Talk outside of this. Okay, so they gave you game on that.
They gave me game, and they put me on how to really correctly publish and distribute, and you could become your own publishing company.
Okay.
So through these dashboards.
That's huge, bro. That is huge.
And what I did was I took the knowledge they gave me and I applied it to DistroKid, and it works. It works flawlessly.
Really?
It works really good. It's all about ISWC codes and ISRC codes and using spreadsheets. It's a long process. If you
don't know what those are basically your own SKUs for your songs. So
yes.
Like when you go to restaurants or stores and you have a barcode and you scan it, that's a SKU that takes inventory off that item from their store. So it's the same kind of thing for music.
It's the same thing.
So you provide like a barcode for your songs for people to buy, so that way you can track the purchases that people bought.
Yes. Yep, exactly. He's hit it right on the head. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it is, and it tracks it. That's a key point he said. Tracks it. Anytime someone plays it on their phone, Snapchat, Instagram, if they put it on Facebook, if they put it on Twitter, aka X, if you put it on any site that's an online that has an IP address, when that IP address reads your content or your data, it's counting that, and it's all on all DSPs too. So it's a really cool data they gave me, and I think that was more of a gift than getting the clout that came with working with them. bro, when I worked with them and then people saw that, my Instagram, my TikTok went from, he was a TikTok rapper at the time. I don't know if y'all know what a TikTok rapper is.
Yeah.
He was that. He was
like
the
Harry Mack. Like Harry Mack was in that shit.
Dude, he was the definition of that. I did that song, bro. I went from like 200 followers to like 5,000 followers within like a month.
Wow.
Just off that one. I didn't put no bread in.
Wow.
I didn't do, he literally
just off the promo that they gave you.
Off the promo, off the little bit of data. I started making money on Facebook now, and then like it changed all my platforms, all my profiles. Mm-hmm. It changed in the professional dashboards. So everything on all my pages are receiving money somehow. Either through stickers, through any content that we post, stories. You can make money on your stories on Facebook. I don't know if you knew that.
I did know that. I'll show you my dashboard because it needs work.
But I got you. I put you on.
That's incredible, bro. So congratulations on that. You know, when I saw that, I was super happy for you, bro.
Bro, it was a surprise that I didn't expect.
Yeah, and then the song is incredible. The hook is fire, nigga. The hook is fire. So, you know, they definitely got blessed with that because at the end of the day, yeah, it was a blessing for Goodbarz, but Goodbarz blessed them with that hook because they needed that hook.
Yeah.
Without that hook, that song is nothing, bro.
Yeah, and they said it's the most profitable song they have right now.
That's what's up.
They're getting different. They're getting different publishing off of it. So like, I just got my writer's fees. I was like, shoot, boop, and they give me my bread.
We talked about how you won the competition, the flyaway competition, the hook competition, and that kind of put you in. Excuse me, and it kind of put you into the, you know, it got you some following and gave you some game on, you know, how to run distribution and how to get some bread out of that. And so that's where we stopped at, was that part. So, you know, now that we're, you know, in closing, I want to talk about, you know, some of the clips that you've done. Well, actually, before that, nigga, I do not ever want to beef with you online, nigga.
Why? Hold on. Me, you would never do that. I would never do that to you.
But oh my God. Let's just say that bars, if you got some stuff to say at bars online, you better make sure whatever your skeletons are, whatever you've done in the past, that shit is not online, because he will find that shit and amplify it tenfold, bro. Like 20 times, and we'll make sure that you niggas understand that motherfuckers is a Skinner or whatever the situation was, or whatever this motherfucking, whoever this dude was back in wherever the hell he lives.
Back in the day, right? That's what you was doing,
let me just say that, yeah. So if you're gonna talk some, you know, people, it's online. People talk about anybody. Who cares? But you better be ready.
Yeah, you gotta be ready.
Because if you're not ready, in the least moment that you expect something not to happen, it will happen. And you're done.
Belt the ass all day.
You're done. Like, your music career is done. Everything. Even if you didn't have one, because some of y'all really didn't have one. But
I like making artists that rap against me. I like making them quit rap. That's my favorite. That's like it's a sick, twisted mindset that I have.
It's so bad.
It's really bad. And I like when people quit rap after you started talking trash about me.
And then there was this one cat. I actually made a friend out of him.
Yeah.
But then we stopped. You know, that really didn't. It was just that one time, and then we stopped talking. But
yeah.
But these other cats, bro, and I would conversate with you like, Bars, don't stoop to their level, Bars. I'm telling you, you got an image here, we got opportunities. He said, fuck that. Gordy, you don't understand. And, you know, at the end of the day, you're a grown ass man. You decide what you want to do. He said, fuck that. And it was over with. I said, okay, that's on you.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't gotta apologize for being you, bro. That's you. That's who you are. That's who you are, and I appreciate it because it's not gonna change for anybody, bro. It doesn't matter. Like, you know, you can have success, you can have all these accomplishments, but respect and you demand it. So if you want to throw shade without any factual credentials or credit or facts, whatever you want to call it, behind his name, he's gonna come back to you 100%, rightfully so, because he has a right to defend his name
easily.
So it's bro. I would sit there, and I'm spending my day with this entertainment, bro. Just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, oh no.
Yep. It happened.
And then the diss song, and then all this. By the way, there was one diss song was like, yo, Bars got so much better, bro. Like,
yeah.
You were always good, but it's always progression.
Yes,
always,
always go up. Each track. I always try to do each track like it's my last,
But I was like, damn, that this song. There was one, bro, that you did. I was like, damn, bro, there's no going back from this.
Which one was that?
I think it was a couple,
Jesse
right? James.
Oh yeah.
This song was hard, bro.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, this dude is nasty, bro.
I did that song in front of him in his face at
Jewel.
At Jewel.
Yeah, I heard.
I did that song, and he didn't say nothing. He tried to get my wife a hug. You know what I mean? He was talking
crazy.
all that jazz. His man's talking about something. He's gonna punch my wife in the face and stuff.
Crazy.
Yeah, like he tried to give her a hug.
Why? Why?
This is what I deal with. This is why I said fuck.
Like, how you gonna say something like that, bro, and then not act like on it? At the end of the day, if you get your ass whooped, you get your ass whooped. But if you're gonna say something,
yeah,
and you're not gonna do it, you're gonna be looking like, hey, you know what?
Yeah,
because people are going to challenge you for that.
Yeah,
you're gonna say something, do it. You're not gonna do it. We're gonna force you to do it so you can see what it is. But
it's crazy.
Don't get yourself in situations, bro. Here's my thing, right? And people have their own opinions. If somebody were to criticize me in any certain way, that's not personal, I don't care. Right?
Yeah.
But when the problem is, be ready for the reactions you get for your words.
Yep.
Because not everybody's gonna react the same. If you comment on something, don't expect people not to, don't expect people to read it and not say nothing. People are gonna react to whatever they want to react to. However, once you start going with the personal jabs, it's all fair game, bro. And this is not battle rap, bro. Like, battle rap is whatever because it's battle rap. You understand that part of it. And sometimes people can't take it. But when you start doing shit like that in diss songs or publicizing for the masses, and then you see each other personally and not act on something, bro, that's weird behavior.
That's weird. Very weird.
Weird behavior. It's not all fun and games sometimes, bro, especially when you're on that type of time.
Yeah. I in my mindset when I saw him, I was like, oh, we might have to beef. And I was like, if it's gonna go to that, it's gonna have to go to that. But he had his whole little squad with him, and they really wasn't like pursuing it like that. You know what I'm saying? And like, to be honest, I'm gonna be honest. I dropped it. It's like whatever. Like they sometimes send jabs and stuff to they talk shit on their own little platform or whatever. But like after the fact of, you know what I mean, you work with somebody that basically abused their kids, and if you go through that, everybody from that city was like, oh, that dude's a this and this dude's a that, and I didn't even have to do nothing. I just posted what I wanted to post, and then let people just do what they want, and then. You know what I mean? He was fighting his girl. His mans was fighting with his girl. And it's just like, y'all talking shit about me. Y'all mad at me for what? Like, I didn't never mix their music. I used to mix Mad God's music, who was this dude's ex, but I never like really dealt with y'all like that. Like, y'all all of a sudden want to attack me.
I just don't understand that part of it. Like, if they want to attack, cool. But like, when you get into a point where it's like,
Now it's time to get in the ring.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, why do you want to? Music is music, and whatever you feel about it is what do you feel about it.
Yeah,
and it's like, and plus on your end, for me, it was like, bro, you're making these guys because you have a following.
Yes.
So you're amplifying these guys on a level they don't even deserve, because regardless of the beef or whatever, they're always gonna remember those cats beefing with Mr. Goodbarz.
Yes.
They're not gonna remember the names.
Yeah.
But they don't remember that you beef with them. You see what I'm saying? So you were shedding more light on them than they were on themselves. So you were, at the end of the day, like, the beef was beef, but think about that part now going forward.
I do, and I appreciate that, because it shows some worth and some value to what we got going on at YHL. I'm gonna say like the main reason why I kind of like pursued it as much as I did, because it was the blatant disrespect from the dude that he did the track with, that was basically, you know what I mean, abusing people.
Yeah.
And
I won't get into that, but we know what it is.
Yeah, and what he was saying, and I was like, I was like, yo, bro, I don't even know you. Just because you heard of my name in the prison doesn't mean I know you. And he's like some old head from way back when or whatever.
Oh, you did your homework on that one, bro.
I did. I had to.
That shit so quick. He did that shit so quick that motherfucker had to delete this track off the platform less than 24 hours. It was over with. After I saw that, done. You know, and I don't know dude from a hole in the wall. You know, I don't really care much, but at the end of the day, like, I'm just saying overall, outside looking in, like, if you guys got to understand that Goodbarz has such a big platform. I'm not saying he's fucking, you know, Revolt TV or shit like that or BET, but at the end of the day, if he's gonna put his shit does go viral, regional viral. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, people from everywhere are gonna see that shit. So, like, be sure, like, if you're on that type of time, be on that type of time. But if your music sucks, your music sucks. You know what I mean? Facts. It is what it is, you know, but.
And that was the problem there. Like, they didn't really have nothing that could come and do anything, put a dent in the armor that we had here. And they're trash, bro. They're so trash. I don't even want to say that.
It's just like, but anyway, I just wanted to shed light on that. Like, yo, when you're beefing with this nigga, bro, be sure that you want to beef with him because this shit's not over that same night.
I ask I'm like, you sure you want to do this? You sure you want to battle? You sure you want to? I'm giving you an out. I try to talk to people. I really do. I really do try to talk to people, give them the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? Like, you sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
And then they say, oh, fuck you. I don't care about you. I'm like, all right, bet it's up now. It's up. No cap. It's up.
It's over with. It's over with. It is over with. Anyway, I want to shed light on that. But Bars, we're gonna close this interview out. I know we're gonna definitely do this again another time because we can talk for hours, bro.
Yes, sir.
But I want to give you the time to, you know, give you your shout out and also tell the audience what you got going on, what's coming up in you know, the near future and what you got going on for the rest of the year.
Oh yeah. Right now we got Tree Streets coming up real soon.
Block Party June 14th.
Block Party coming real soon, and I got May 22nd. I got the Alibi with Frank Bones and them. Their company is called CIA Criminals in Action, and they have the whole venue on for just it's a restaurant too. They sell food and everything there, but they got the venue for a little really cool show in May 22nd. After that, me, John Pemberton, Johnny, and Nitro Nick will be live with Powerman 8000 or Powerman 5000, and we also have coming up this year the Crimson Cookout. So I got invited to the metal cookout of all time. The metal cookout is crazy because it's like
a metalhead cookout.
It's a metalhead cookout, and
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, no, it's lit, bro. It's lit. They have people shooting fire and all types of stuff. So we got it. I think that's July 17th, and June 11th we're going to be in Hampton Beach. I also have this year coming out my official first class and curriculum for audio engineering. So if you want to be a part of that, so we're going to have a whole curriculum for everybody to come in, and you can learn from home or you can learn in the studio on how to mix and master and my process and what is the Goodbarz vocal chain, you know. And
that's another thing before you continue. He does his own like stream for, you know, how to like audio engineer through Fruity Looms online, like free game. So if you want to be a producer, you know, check out his page because he's always, I don't know when you do those, but it seems like you do them like 2 or 3 times a week.
I try to do at least twice a week because I have EA Sports, DJ EA Sports from Mass. He comes through and he's really learning. He's taking everything I'm doing and he's paying for it too as I go live, because when I'm live, I'm directing it out and broadcasting it out to a couple of different people. So I tell him, I was like, yo, I'm gonna be live too, but I'm gonna be in the Zoom with you too. So if the live cut out, I'm still be able to talk to you, and I'm not only showing them how to do the audio engineering, I'm showing them how to do audio engineering and show them how to stream at the same time. Hold on, I'm getting a call from EBK. Yes, EBK.
Yo, you're live.
Yo, you're live, bro. I'm on the pod right now. Hold on. Oh, is the door locked? Oh, is it locked? It's okay. I got you. I'm gonna test somebody to come down and open the door. All right. Nah, you good. All right, gay. I'll see you soon. Oh, I'm gonna test this guy. But yeah.
So you also got the cookout, you got the CIA event.
Yes.
Anything else that you want to push out? Any projects or anything you're doing?
Yes, we're working on a project right now for Beneficial Bang Carter. Beneficial Bang Carter is going to be making Born a Natural Gangster.
Hey, shout out to Bang.
Shout out to Bang. That's his new album coming out. And then we also got Goldie the Goddess's Akashic Fractals. I hope I said that correctly.
What is it?
Akashic Fractals. So it's like a database of your memories, and like, you ever seen Inside Out, like type of thing, like,
okay,
yeah, it's kind of like that.
So,
and
Goldie, we're gonna talk about that when you come in for the interview.
Yes, and she's been working on this album for a couple of years now, so she's really
putting in work for it.
She's putting the work in for it, and she's saving money for it, and she's
great.
going to invest into herself and do the right thing. I showed her a couple tricks that she can do to get her music in the right location.
I'm excited for that. Goldie's nasty, bro. She's only getting better.
She's a better rapper than me. I tell everybody she's a better rapper than me.
But
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so we got Goldie. We got anything else you want to mention before we close it out?
If you want to follow me on any platform, man, follow me on all platforms. It's Mr. Goodbarz, Mr.Goodbarz, no space. On all platforms, on YouTube, Spotify. I got my album out right now, From Which I'm Reborn. If you want to learn anything about music tips, anything like that, you can visit me at mrgoodbarz.weebly.com. Please follow us at YHL Young Hustle League, Mr. Goodbarz Toy Box Studio on Facebook, and also follow Go to the Goddess, Beneficial Bang. Shout out to the Destroyer, and anybody a part of YHL, man. Thank you guys so much. Follow us at 4 Shits too, man.
Four Shits Podcast. Follow that. This is Flow Talk official episode 1, season 3 on the new studio, Flow for Your Die Studios. Come check us out. Flow Sessions is coming soon. I'll check you later.
Let's get it. Peace.